Nobody in normal circumstances would say, take my money, let me clean your shoes.
Okay, if you
take
say...
my money, let me sew your dress for you.
If you say you need to,
yes.
Does that suggest you haven't started yet?
That means we started, it's ongoing. Education, no, I say this falls, I'm a teacher. Education is forever. We're educating now for people to get their PVC and to start scrutinizing candidates. We shall then educate later after the election to seek accountability.
Well, did you say you would educate later to seek accountability?
Yes.
I thought that would be part of the education.
It is part to watch out for it, to monitor. Once you elect somebody based on an agreed program, you want to sit there and say, what exactly did you say you were going to do in 100 days? Today is 95 days. How are we doing on your 100 days pledge?
Shouldn't that question be asked before? I mean, what exactly are you going to do?
Absolutely.
Shouldn't it be asked before the person even comes in?
Absolutely.
But let's look at this other side. In our society where it is said, based on the laws of the land, that it's the party that owns the vote, not the individual, how do you expect the electorate to go about electing that individual who might not be in this party or that party?
It's going to happen this way. At the moment, we're planning a platform to make impact, to influence the 2019 election, and indeed, day-to-day policy.
You're planning a platform, sorry. Is
yes.
it a political party or just a platform?
It's a platform that, if it contests, will be a partisan political party. If it doesn't contest by itself, it will be a movement that will influence the party. But we're very close to it. I understand that there's a desire in this country to look at things and say who's contesting straight away. We want to change that. We want to agree what do we want to do. You see, this idea of putting people's face in it or people's name, and everybody becomes a follower.
Okay. If I could follow up his question
yes,
before you conclude on that, putting people's faces to it.
Yeah.
When you talked about, or we are asking you, what new thing are you going to do differently from what has been done before?
Yes.
And the second part of that is political party structure.
Yes.
You don't have members who fund those parties. So they can't hold those people accountable, because if a money bag comes in and says, I brought my money here, how do you want to come and control me? Because you know what they say about who dictating and calling the tunes.
Yes.
So how will that change?
That's the fantastic thing. It's logical, it's expected that if people put their money down to fund parties, then people have no control over them. You know, if people pay, that's what I was saying. If people pay to get into power, if I, Mr. Millionaire, Billionaire, regardless of the source of the fund, which I don't think about that, decide to invest it to get power, then citizens should not expect Mr. Billionaire to be kind to them. What is the new thing? The third force, NIM, is crowdfunding. We're doing it as I speak. Every day we have an account, our members are seeing it. People are paying dues. We are going to raise money. We're going to raise hundreds of millions to fund the account through donations of 1,300 done by over 2 million people. So that way, we all own the movement. We all own the party. And each candidate that we're going to support, each program that we're going to support, I keep saying it, is going to sign up to what I call, quote unquote, the employers. The employers are the citizens. They are the members. If you want to be part of this movement, join it and go there. You go to a website, nim.ng.com, join the movement, and when you join, you'll be given a chance to express what matters to you, either in your profession, in your trade, or in your local area. You say, these are the things I want.
Is NIM running without working with other groups that exist? Because you have, how many? Over 68 political parties now.
Yes.
So what is NIM doing? Are you planning to merge with political parties or some of those ones? Are you in conjunction or in communication with the Obasanjo group? What exactly?
We are in communication with a lot of people. We started the concept of third force in Nigeria. It's a stake to history. We started the idea that it is necessary and it is possible to have a third way of looking at things. Because of that, a lot of people agreed with it. A lot of people say it. Many of them were perhaps confused about it. Many of them came later. Many of them are based on the people approach, on personality approach. But so far, people agree with what we're saying. We're willing to talk to them. And as I speak, days after days, we continue to consult with a lot of people. We're consulting with groups political groups, civil society groups, leaders of thought. There's some people we've contacted because we saw them on your program. Actually, your program has become a huge landmark in Nigerian polity.
Talking about that, because very recently, Moghalu declared that he was running for presidency. Yes. And we're seeing meetings between NIM and a candidate like that. Yes. So he has already declared. Yes. How does that work for you, since you've not gotten to that point when you have developed into a political party?
On Wednesday, March 21st, we're holding a grand summit in Abuja. And unlike other movements, we're inviting people from other parts, from other groups, including Moghalu, to come and sit with us and talk. How does it work? He has declared we're going to treat him like a prospective job seeker. You see, we believe that candidates are not superstars anymore, in which one person says, I want to be president, and everybody rushes behind him. We're going to invite them to a room, into an open arena of our people, and say, here's a chap who says he wants to be president. What are the things you want to do? These are the things we want you to do. Do you agree with them? Do we agree together? Then we will look at that and say, does this person appeal to our base? Does it fit into the what, the why, and the how? So Kila, that's what we're going to deal with it.
Now, there are those who are concerned that NIM is sounding too academic, not down to earth, because Nigerian politics is considered down to earth politics, grassroots politics. But do you agree with that notion?
Well, I say two things about that. You see, the first thing is that this idea, and we must be very careful, especially those of you who wield so much power, of saying something is too academic. We need to stop dumbing down this country. We need to raise the standard, not go down every time. You see, by going down, we're going beneath the surface. There's nothing academic in saying, I am the citizen, the country belongs to me, come and work for me. Very soon, NIM is going to be showing some videos we're shooting. We've gone to the market and told people that, you know, the governor works for you. And they laugh. Really, governor works for me. I thought he was the Lord of the nation. We need to change that. It's not very difficult to change. There's nothing academic in saying that the people should wield the power. You know what? When you say grassroots, you mean thuggery, being rowdy? We don't have to do that. Let me speak a grassroots language to you. In 2019, dear viewers, remember that your vote is yours, and what you do in the secret of the ballot box, nobody can know. If somebody gives you money, take it and vote against them. Anybody that gives you money, you should vote against such a person.
All right, we'll go to break. We'll be back in a moment and see if... okay, we'll continue in a moment. Don't go away.